Hello, everyone. My name is Ian Richards. I'm here with Kepson St. Charles, who's my group partner, and we are Group 3. And our research paper is about ethical dilemmas and the impacts when critical information is leaked. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, an information leak is a data breach or a security violation in which sensitive, protected, or confidential data is copied, transmitted, viewed, stolen, or used by an individual unauthorized to do so. The surge in internet use and technological advancement has increased the number of security and privacy issues. For that reason, information leaks are very common. Large corporations such as hospitals or even presidential candidates may fall victim to such leaks. In the year 2015, WikiLeaks received hundreds of classified emails from an unknown source regarding the Democratic candidate Hillary Clinton. The leak basically exposed Clinton's misuse of her private email for official communication when she was the Secretary of State. This had a major impact on the 2016 presidential election, in which Clinton says affected her race to the White House. In fact, Clinton was ahead in the polls until the FBI Director James Comey initiated an investigation on the scandal. Another example where information leaks can be devastating is where the medical records of patients at the Bronx Lebanon Hospital Center in New York were compromised. This data breach exposed thousands of private information such as addiction histories, home addresses, medical and mental health diagnoses, and HIV statuses. Equifax also suffered cyber attacks which impacted nearly 145 million consumers in the United States. As mentioned earlier, the impact of an information leak is immense. For that reason, the desire for information privacy is extremely important. According to Sarah Bates, author of A Gift of Fire, information privacy involves the freedom from intrusion, control of information from oneself, and the freedom from surveillance. The control of one's information is pertinent in order to prevent an information leak. The Fourth Amendment of the Constitution has been interpreted to allow citizens the right to information privacy. However, there are many threats that affect the controls of one's information. An example as to how information can be obtained is using the SunPass when driving on the highway. Cameras are used to capture the license plate as they pass through a toll. However, this information can be used to calculate an average speed of a car between tolls. Other uses could be for the sole purposes to identify an individual location. Businesses also conduct similar practices. They may ask you to join their website and somehow your information is awarded to a telemarketer. Hackers may steal your information, or your information may be accidentally leaked through carelessness of an employee. According to Base, leaked documents are often obtained by hacking into someone else's computer or by an insider who violates the confidentiality agreement. We may even accidentally disclose our own information by signing up for online contests in order to win a prize. There are multiple scenarios that could play out when information is obtained. Ethics is the factor that will determine which scenario will transpire. Leaking information is not always wrong. According to Base, the reason for leaking the material must be strong enough to overcome the ethical arguments against it, and the publisher of the leaked material must handle it responsibly. One of the first viewpoints to consider is the whistleblower's approach. Whistleblowers report unethical or illegal activities that they observe at work or another place of business to expose wrongdoing. Another approach includes a group of hacktivists. Hacktivists do not intend to cause harm when engaging in hacking. These hackers wish to help individuals or businesses realize the weaknesses in their security system or publish information that should be exposed to the public. The ethical reasoning behind hacktivism is that they are not harming anyone. Another way to handle obtained information is a type that we are all too familiar with, and that's criminal activities. This is when criminals get their hands on financial or personal information and use it unethically. Many corporations have adopted some form of the Fair Information Practices, which serve as ethical guidelines on how to handle information. These guidelines help protect against information leaks. Some of these guidelines include: be transparent when information is being collected and how the information is being used. Only collect information that is needed. Provide a way for individuals to opt out of secondary uses of information, such as advertisements or mailing lists. Maintain data only as long as it is needed. Maintain accurate data, properly securing data, and developing protocols for responding to requests for data. The U.S. Constitution protects the rights to privacy from government intrusion, most explicitly in the Fourth Amendment. These laws include the Privacy Act of 1974, which limits the federal government records to only obtaining the information that is necessary for them to carry out their duties. It also includes the E-Government Act of 2002, which requires agencies to conduct privacy assessments for electronic information systems. Also, the CAN-SPAM Act, which is a federal law that prohibits the sending of unsolicited bulk emails. The Electronic Communication Privacy Act of 1986, which includes wiretapping restrictions to electronic communications, and the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, which prohibit access to a computer system without authorization. Once information is obtained and is published, it can cause major problems. As we have seen in recent events, businesses and individuals can be financially and socially impacted. In the hospital data breach, patients' medical information were disclosed, which is a huge violation of one's privacy. In the Equifax breach, customers' social security numbers and other personal information were compromised, which can cause a major financial issue. In the leakage of the Clintons' email, we witness an entire election can be lost due to this unruly act. Organizations that fall victim to information leaks should think of ways to protect themselves, their consumers, and others who work for them. The following are ways a company can protect its information from leaking. They can use the VPN, which is called the Virtual Private Networks. They can try a firewall. They can use the network security protocols. They can try encryptions, or maybe security software tools. They can try access control, proxy agents and system, authentication, and intrusion detections. And even though the organization may take these security measures, information leaks are still quite possible. Information privacy and the confidentiality of that information are important to people. Individuals who leak information should have an ethical responsibility to respect the privacy of people they do not agree with and respect the privacy of businesses and the government. Also, their reasoning for interfering with someone's privacy by publishing confidential documents must be justified. According to BASE, in some ways it is more justifiable to leak or publish government documents. The ethical reasoning behind this is that people feel that the public has right to know what is being done with its name and with its money. So that concludes Group 3's presentation on ethical dilemmas and the impacts of information leaks. I hope you guys have learned something today and understand the importance of privacy. I'm going to leave you 3 questions with you. First, are there any scenarios when information leaks is considered ethically or socially acceptable? Second question, what's the difference between the whistleblowing approach and information leaks? And lastly, did the government leaks have any impact on the 2016 election?